Dear friends, welcome to the science class. In the last class, we completed the first topic of the physics, that is nothing but motion. In today's class, we are going to start with the second topic, that is nothing but force and laws of motion. Right? If you remember the previous class, everything we discussed about the motion, how the bodies are going to move, what are the different terms of the motion, that is nothing but distance travel, displacement, speed, velocity, acceleration, and the relationship between time and speed, velocity and time, as well as position and time, position and velocity. Right? In the same manner, what is making a body to move? Why an object is in motion? Now, if you take an example of a table here, or if I take an example of a ball, right? I am going to throw that ball. Why that ball is in motion? Because of the throwing. What making that ball to be in motion? What making that ball to be in motion? That is nothing but whatever we are applying on that ball. That is nothing but force which we are going to apply on that ball. That force is making that ball to move in a direction. That move in a direction. In the same manner, what is making the ball to stop? What is making the ball to stop? That is also nothing but a force. A force is going to make that ball to stop. So that motion and force are both are interlinked. Without motion, there will be no force. Without force, there will be no motion. Without force, there will be no rest position. Without rest position, there will be no force. So that both are interlinked. For that reason, we have to study about the force. Then we have to study about the force as well as we have to study about the laws of motion. How the motion which are generally occurring in our surroundings, right? How actually it is occurring, how it is interlinked with the force. We are going to study this topic, that is nothing but force and laws of motion. So before that, we have to study about the force. So what is force? What is force? If you remember the 8th standard class, that is nothing but we have a topic that is nothing but force and pressure. Force and pressure. So what is force? If you remember that thing, force is nothing but what? It is push or pull. Push or pull. So force is nothing but push or pull. If we take the example of the door, we have to open the door. What we are going to do? We are either going to push it, either going to pull it. In the same manner, to move a table, this table, what we are going to do? We are either going to push it, either we are going to do what? We are going to pull it. When we push or pull this table, what is happening to that table? Table is changing its position. That means it is in motion. That means it is in motion. So that the table to become in motion, what we are doing here? Pushing or pulling. That is nothing but force. Push and pull are nothing but force. So that we can say that push or pull are the force. Push or pull are the force. If you want to say in another word, force is nothing but which is going to change the state of motion. Which is going to change the state of the motion. In other words, if you want to say, if you want to define the force, force is going to change the state of the motion. If you take an example of the table, if I push it, it is going to change the state of the motion. In the same way, if you take the example of the football, when I kick the football, what will happen? From rest position to it is going to be in motion. Again, another player is going to stop that ball by his leg. Again, he is going to apply the force. At that time, what will happen? The ball is going to stop. So, from movement to rest, from rest to movement, it is continuously changing its state of motion. Why it is continuously changing its state of motion? Because of the application of the force. So that we can say that force is nothing but it is going to change the state of the motion or change the state of the or change the shape of an object. Right? In the same manner, force is nothing but push or pull. I hope this is clear about force. We already studied in the 8th class. So force is nothing but it is going to change the state of the motion one thing, or either it may be push or pull. Right? So another thing, is it possible to see the force? Is it possible that we are going to see the force? No. Let the force of muscular force. Is it possible we are going to see the muscular force here? No. Is it possible to see the force which when the ball starts to move while kicking? No. Is it possible that a ball which is thrown in the vertically upward direction is coming downward direction? Is it we can see that force? No. The some force is acting on that ball, but we can't see the force. So, how we are going to identify that there is a force is acting? The force is acting. How we are going to identify? We are going to identify the force which is acting by the effects of that force. We are going to identify. We are going to determine that force by seeing the effects of that force on that object. Right? If we take the example of the football, it is at stationary position initially. Right? I am going to kick that ball. I am going to kick that ball. What will happen? Ball starts to move. What will happen? Ball starts to move. Before kicking the ball, ball is at rest position. Ball is at rest position. After the kicking of the ball is in motion. Ball is in motion. So that what is making the ball to move? That is nothing but it is the effect of the force on that ball making the ball to move. So that we are going to identify the action or effect or application of the force by seeing the effects of the force. So we are going to identify here force is applied. How? The ball before is at rest position. Now it is moving. So that we can say that here it is going to experience some amount of force. That force is nothing but kick. Is it possible to see that force? No, but we can see the effect of the force. In the same way, if we take a ball which is thrown upward, vertically upward direction, right? It is situated, it is thrown in the vertically upward direction. But after some time, it is coming in downward direction. After switching the side, it is coming in downward direction. That means it is changing its direction. That means it is changing its direction. So what making that ball to change its direction? That is nothing but a force which is going to pull that ball towards it. The force which is going to pull that ball towards it. That force is nothing but what? Gravitational force. So how we can say that the ball is experiencing the gravitational force by the effect of the gravitational force on the ball. Ball is moving in the upward direction. After some time, it is going to change its direction. Why it is changing its direction? It is because of the gravitational force. So that we can't see the force, but we can't see the force. But how we are going to identify the force? By the effect of the force. So we can't see the force, but we can identify the force by its effects on the object. Its effects on the object. Right? How we are going to identify the force? By the effects on the object. So what are those effects? What are those effects? If I take the example of the ball only, initially ball is at rest position. What happens to ball when I kick it? When I kick it, it starts to move. So that it is considered as one of the effects. That is nothing but the force is going to change the state of motion. That is nothing but from rest to motion. From rest to motion. If an object is at rest, it starts to movement. It starts moving. Then we can say that there is an application of force is there. So that will be the first condition. That will be first effect. That is nothing but not from rest to, or we can say that change in the state of motion of an object. Change in the state of motion of an object. Change in the state of motion of an object. So what are those? Either from rest to movement, rest to motion, or B from motion to rest. From motion to rest. If I take the example of the football only, football initially it will be at rest position. When we kick it, it starts to moving. Rest to movement. In the same manner, same football is going to catch by the goalkeeper. It is going to catch by the goalkeeper. Initially it is a movement. While catching, when it catch the ball, it is going to stop. That is nothing but at rest position. So that identification of the force can be identified discipline. That is nothing but by changing the state of the motion. That is nothing but from rest to motion or motion to rest. Right? In the same manner, how are you going to identify the force? Take the example of the cricket now. Take the example of the cricket. We are going to take the example of the sports only. Right? Take the example of the cricket now. Now a bowler is going to ball the ball. When he balls the ball, ball is going in the direction of the batsman. It is going in the direction of the batsman. Now what will batsman do? Batsman is going to go forward push. It is going to defend the ball. What will happen when the ball batsman defend the ball? The ball is initially moving in this direction. Right? The ball is initially moving in this direction. When it defends it, it starts to change its direction. That is nothing but it is going in the opposite direction. Or if I push that ball in this direction, the direction of the ball is going to change from this direction to that direction. Right? That means now why the change in the direction of that ball is occurring? Due to the application of the force. Due to the effect of the force which is exerted by the batsman by using the bat in this direction. So that we can identify the force by the checking the direction of the object. Right? So that change in the direction indicates the application of the force. So second condition we can say that, second thing here we can say that change in the direction also indicates the application of the force. Change in the direction. Change in the direction also indicates force. Indicates force. This is the second criterion. Right? In the same manner, if we take again the example of the football, take the example of the football. There two players are playing. One player is going to pass the ball to the another player. One player is going to pass the ball to the another player. So that ball is already in motion. Right? Another player is what he is going to do? He is going to shoot the ball towards the goal. He is going to shoot that ball towards the goal. Now what will happen to that ball? Initially it will be slower. The speed of the ball will be slower. When another footballer, when he shoots that ball, ball is going to change its speed. It is going to change its speed. Why it is changing the speed? Because of the shooting of the or because of the kicking of the another player. So that by that we can say that application of the force is changing the speed of an object. We can say that no. That is nothing but the application of the force in that case changing the speed of an object. Due to changing the speed of an object, we can say that it can indicate that force is applied. It can indicate that force is applied. So in this case, the speed either may be increased or it may be decreased. It depends. Right? Increase in the speed also indicates the application of the force. In the same manner, decrease in the speed also indicates the application of the force. So there the third point to identify the force is nothing but what? That is nothing but change in the speed. Change in the speed indicates force. Change in the change in the speed also indicates the force, as well as vice versa. Force is going to do the change in the speed. Force is going to have effect on the direction of the motion. It is going to change the direction of the motion. In the same manner, force is going to change the state of the motion. In other words, if you want to write, you can write like those things, or if you want to indicate the force, you can write like this. These are the three conditions which are going to indicate the force. In the same manner, another condition is there. That is nothing but when you apply the force, the shape of an object is going to change. The shape of an object is going to change. If you take the example of rubber, if you take the example of a string, what will happen when you apply the force on that string? The string is going to change its shape. If the string is like this, it is going to change its shape. So that why the change in this shape is occurring? It is because of the force. So that we can say that force is going to change the force is going to change the shape of an object. It is going to change the shape of an object. Shape of an object. So these are the conditions. That is nothing but how we are going to identify the force by these four conditions, as well as force has the effect on these four conditions. It is going to change the state of the motion. First thing, it is going to change the shape of an object. Second thing, it is going to increase the speed or it is going to decrease the speed of an object. Third thing, and it is going to change the direction of an object. These are the main parameters of the force, or these are the main applications of the force. Now next we are going to see about the types of the force. Now we are going to discuss about the types of the force. Right? So that force is divided into two main types. It is divided into two main types. That is nothing but first one is contact force. Contact force. Second one is non-contact force. Non-contact force. That is nothing but if the force to come in the action, there should be two objects should be there. There should be two objects should be there. When you take the example of the ball, kicking of the ball, that means me as well as ball. Those are the two objects, so that my force is going to be applied on those things. So then, depending on those, there are two types of the force. Right? First one is contact force, and second one is non-contact force. Now, contact force means what? If the two objects are there for the purpose of the experience of the force, that is nothing but those two objects should be in contact. Those two objects should be in contact. In the same way, non-contact means force is going to be exerted on one of the object by the another object, but both the objects are not in contact. Both the objects are not being in contact. So there, depending on those things, we have two types. One is contact force, another one is non-contact force. In the contact force, we have the examples as mechanical force. First thing, in those mechanical force, we have muscular force. We have muscular force, as well as we have what? We have friction force. We have friction force. In the same way, non-contact force, what we have? We have gravitation force. We have gravitation force, that is nothing but earth gravitation force. We have electrostatic force. We have electrostatic force, that is nothing but force between the charged bodies. In the same manner, we have magnetic force. Magnetic force. The force between the magnets are nothing but magnetic force. If you take the example of the magnetic force, if I have two magnets, both magnets are going to attract with each other. If there is no contact between them, also they are going to attract with each other due to the application of the force on each other. So that it is a non-contact force. In the same way, if you take the example of the gravitational force, when you throw a ball upward direction, but electrostatic force is also a non-contact force. So electrostatic force is nothing but it should be happening between charged body and uncharged body. Charged body and uncharged body. In the same manner, they are going to repel the charged and charged body are going to repel each other. So it may be attraction or it may be repulsion. In the same manner, muscular force. Now to move this table, I have to push it. From where does I get my force to push that table? From my muscle. So that if I have to push that table, I should be in contact with that table. Then only it is possible to push that table. So because of this, it is a contact force. In the same manner, friction force. Friction force is nothing but it is the opposite force which is present on the surfaces. So that it is going to oppose the motion of an object. If I take the example of the football only, when I kick it, football is going to move along the ground. After some time, the football is going to stop. Why it is stopping? It is stopping because an opposite force is acting on it. Which that force is? The force which is acting on the ball is nothing but it is the frictional force of the surfaces. So because of the contact of the ball on the surface of a ground, it is stopping. So that frictional force is also what? It is also a contact force. So these are the few types of the forces. These are the few types of forces. And the basic idea of the force is given by the Newton and Galileo. Newton and Galileo. So they are should thank them for this idea that is nothing but force, which is given by the Newton and Galileo. So in this chapter we are going to study about the Newton's laws of motion. So the laws which are given by whom? It is given by the Newton, and basic hint or basic idea is given by the Galileo and Galileo. Right? I hope this is clear. Now next we have different type of force again. Those are nothing but balanced force and unbalanced force. Those are nothing but balanced force and unbalanced force. Balanced force and unbalanced force. Now what do you mean by balanced force and unbalanced force? For that reason you should have a basic idea about what is force. Now what is force we are making? Force is changing the state of the motion. Take that example only. Force is changing the state of the motion. If that's so, we are going to have a plane. For that reason I am going to take an example so that it will be easy to you to understand those things. Right? Now we are going to play that nothing but tug of war. Tug of war, that nothing but we are going to take a rope and we have to pull it each side. So that one person, this is the rope, one of the person is pulling in this direction. One of the person is pulling in this direction, another person is pulling the rope in this direction. In that direction. Right? What will happen? If the magnitude of the force who is pulling in this direction is equal to 50, and the same manner the magnitude of the force who is pulling in that direction, it is also equal to 50, then both the forces are same, there will be no change in the position of the rope, as well as there will be no change in the position of these two persons. Why so? Since both the forces are equal, and both are in opposite direction. So the net resultant force here. So in this condition, net force is equal to how much? If somebody is pulling in this direction, another person is pulling in the opposite direction, the net force of that object will be how much? It will be 0. So when the net force is equal to 0, then this type of force is equal to known as balanced force. This type of force is known as balanced force when net force is equal to 0. In the same manner, if the net force how much? It is equal to 50 minus 70. That is equal to how much? It is equal to minus 20 Newton. Minus 20 because of this direction. In this direction, so the value of that net force is equal to not 0. It is not equal to 0. For that reason, it is known as unbalanced force. If you want to remember generally, if the resultant force or net force is equal to 0, then it is known as balanced force. If the net force is not equal to 0, then it is nothing but the object is moving. Then we can say it as unbalanced force. Right? In the tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss further about the force. In the next section of the class, we are going to discuss further about the force as well as unbalanced force, and we are going to start with the first law of the Newton's first law. Up to that point, what you have to do? You have to write the effect of the unbalanced force. Balanced force, what it is going to do? It is going to do nothing. There will be no changes in the position of the object. In the same way, if you take the unbalanced force, what type of effect it is going to have on the object? You have to list those things. Right? You have to list those things. You have to take examples also. Give an examples also. You take it as a homework, as well as what you have to do. You have to write the basic information of the force. That is nothing but what is force, already given. What is the SI unit of force? Right? What is the force? What is the SI unit of force? How the force is going to be represented? What is the magnitude of the force? Right? Force is a scalar quantity or vector quantity. You have to write all those basic information about the force. So that we are going to discuss the further sections in the next class.